really pleased with today's practice. It was a lot of intensity. You're coming off of an off day. We pushed our guys pretty good the first 3 days, just in workload. And, even though it was just helmets the first two, we had good, nice physical practice for practice 3, and you have the off day. You want to see how they respond. First morning practice, we turned up the temperature just a little bit here this morning, and nice humidity and heat. And I thought guys came out and they worked. There was a lot of things we're gonna have to clean up and correct, but I really like the intent, the purpose, the way they were responding throughout practice. Both sides of the ball had good moments. But obviously, it's a lot to continue to improve upon. But I thought they came out with the right mindset. Practice 3, the offense really did some good things. First day in pads. Defense today was a nice response by them. But it was some big plays on both sides of the ball, and that's what you want to see.
How's Keon done through 4 practices?
He's done really well. Just the work he's putting in, understanding what to do, and now we're continuing to grow and develop in how we want it done. He's an absolute sponge. He's so much fun to coach because even though the experience he has, he's coming to get better. He's coming to learn, to grow. After every play, he's trying to get to the smallest details of what he can do, and understanding when you're different systems, you're asked to do different things. But I think he's enjoying how we operate, and he's made some big plays, and really a fun player to be around.
Gilbert seemed pretty disruptive today.
Gilbert had one of his better days, and he's been dealing with some nagging things, but I thought he definitely showed up. And going to continue to push for the consistency of it. But you see a guy that's done a great job in the off season with his body weight. He's pushing closer to 260 pounds, moving really well. You can see the way that he can be disruptive. It's that every day, every rep mentality. And but I really like what I saw from him today, and we got to continue to build upon that.
How much has Brady Van improved from the first day he got here to where he is now?
It's been huge. It's been a huge improvement. He played as a freshman, and obviously coming here, new system, new things to learn, he's embraced the process of growth. And, I think you see, probably body weight hasn't changed a whole lot. He's a lot stronger than what he was. He's definitely confident. He's got unbelievable feet. He's a playmaking, defensive back. You can line him up really so many different places. Him and Kevin have a lot of similarities. But I love the steps that we're seeing from him, and just what he brings to our defensive backfield.
Coach, what have been some of your impressions of Destin Hill as he gets back acclimated on the field?
Yeah, Destin he's what we thought we were going to get. He's obviously when you have the delay in enrollment, and now coming in and learning the things that he's being asked to do, offensively, conceptually, just getting back in the swing of things, of just learning how we operate. But he's really done a great job through the summer. I think he's a guy that has a chance to put himself in a great position to help this football team this year, or probably very early in it. But he's just got to continue to work and grow and get better. But I'm definitely very pleased with what he's brought.
Like on that long pass to Johnny, it looked like Jordan kind of put it to the inside. Is that where the route was going, or did he read where Johnny was going to be a touchdown?
You're real specific.
Well, sorry, it's not.
What was the route?
I didn't know if the adjustment was a mid route or if it was a move that Johnny made to set up there.
Well, he actually, Johnny did a great job with his body position and control, and the ball ended up working actually back to the outside, which was nice.
With Johnny and Keon on the outside, and Jaheim had a couple big plays today. Do you start to see what this offense can be when
It's all. It's a continued work in progress. As we're sitting there watching these guys, I think we got a lot of weapons. I think there's guys that can definitely play the game at a high level. It's just the consistency of that. You talk about Jaheim. I think Martise and Douglas has had a couple of really good days. Kyle Morlock, I love what he brings. I mean, you look at the receivers. Winston Wright's really coming along. I think he's getting better. Darren Williamson. It's just when you see the growth in that position, and it's fun to know you can play a lot of different combinations, but also not even talking about the running back group, which I think is really good as well. So I mean, it's going to be exciting to see how these guys continue to grow to what it can be.
It seems like Braden's acclimating pretty well. And you knew the speed racing them in the spring, but it seems like through practices and shells, like strength is definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean he's a powerful. I mean you can watch film and see the power show up, and the explosiveness, the speed. That's probably a little bit better than what I anticipated. I think he's a very active player. Now it's just the finer details of growth. I think Coach Higgins and Coach JP. I mean those guys are really doing a good job with him, and he's another one of those guys that he wants to be better, and he's not coming in even with all the experience that he's had. He's trying to soak it all up, and just his attitude. I mean he's grateful for everything, and that's what I love people that have that mindset, is that you take nothing for granted. You just go and you try to be the best you can be, try to be a positive influence on others, and he's definitely one of those guys you want to root for.
The way the newcomers have adapted so well, I know part of that is identifying the right guys to bring in, but how much of it also is just the way that the current team has embraced them?
Yeah, I mean, I think the culture setters are the players. Those guys, there's something now. We go through the recruiting process. We're looking for a certain type of guys to come in and be a part of it. But when they see the standard and when you have your best players that live that, I think it makes it easier for an accelerated growth. And because it's not just me saying, well, this is what we have to do. Players that might pull somebody over and say, look, I understand, but we want to do it a little different. We want to make sure that we're paying attention to those little things, and we still got a long ways to go with it. But I think when you see the newcomers come in and just what how they've been able to adapt, and we got great kids. I mean, it's a joy to coach this football team and challenge this football team.
Do you feel like the newcomers? I mean, everybody's story is different, but do you feel like the newcomers are adapting a little bit faster than usual? How does schedule?
I think everybody's on their own spot, but each year it should be an accelerated transition, because we've had a chance to know the newcomers for a longer time now. The transfers they're in their own world, because it was a very short but transparent process in how we go through it with them. But like you look at the high school guys that have come in, I'm really pleased with that group. I mean, I think we got the defensive backfield, and those guys are they're fun to watch. You see linebackers, and we got a lot of young guys there. I mean, Blake showed up today. His speed, athleticism, really impressive. Juice Cryer. I mean, I'm excited. Even just because I didn't get to spend much time in the summer. Obviously, he just some of these guys you have a background with. Obviously he'd come in recruiting, and we identified him as that. But man, he's been pretty good here these first few days. So and he's still just learning all things. So, but I'm excited about that group. Marco was here, and obviously Dylan's figured it out. But you take those positions where you have a lot of newcomers that are joining, and you see how the way that they're adapting. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Those last three periods killed the music, it seems like. And I know you focus on details, but if no one had ever seen your team practice.
Did we kill the music? I don't ever know when it's on or off.
Irrelevant question. Have a good day.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Well, where were you going? I'd love to. You're the man of the people. I know you. But what were we trying to get?
If no one watched you practice, but only saw like the last three periods, and they could hear and see like the intensity and the speed you guys run around. I know you focus on details, but is that indicative at all of where this team is right now, where you're able to play?
I sure hope so. I mean, that's where what you see is who you are, and that's one of the things we talk to our team. I mean, anybody can talk about wanting to be a tough or physical or just passionate team, and when it shows up, it wasn't planned to take the music off, but if that's the case that if the music was off, then that might be the case in a game where you don't have anything that's giving you extra hype. You don't have anything. Part of the reasons why I do play music is just for the distraction of it. because can you stay focused with all the things and you have a song you love that comes on, right? Can you stay focused enough on the assignment, the details? Like that's where it's all trying to work the mind to be able to block out all the noise to be able to focus on the things that are ahead. So and then there's sometimes that we just shut music off, and you gotta bring you gotta bring your own intensity and passion just on the job that's ahead. So I hope that's what would resonate with people, regardless of what the atmosphere is here. That's the type of team we're trying to build.
Thank you.
Good question.